take this over. What is this going to be applicable for? Only those students that do below the passing grade. If you have an exam that is basically 100 points and you get only a 75, you can take it again. But if you have a 77 or a 78, that's passing, so we're not going to give you a second bite at the apple. Also, to make sure that you have something invested, your second try is going to be graded at 90% of the second grade. So let's say you get your first try 61, a grade of 61. Your second try we're going to be 87, but you're only going to be able to recover 90% of that, and that comes out to 78.3. Okay? And don't worry, only the higher of the two grades will be accepted. Now, if you miss the first exam, you can take the retake also, but the same retake rule will apply. Only 90% for the second grade. I encourage you to review the syllabus for further details. Also, the policy for retaking an exam does not apply for the final exam. This is due in part to the registrar's tight window of wanting grades as soon as possible. Grading, weekly assignments. In your lecture section, you're going to have one quiz review assignment. That's going to be in the Connect section. It's going to be sort of a review of questions that are going to be basically involving the chapters that you read, etc., to help you to get some idea of whether you really know the material. You may have 1 to 2, maybe even a couple of few cases, 3, critical thinking assignments. These are going to be brief essay or case studies. Case studies will come in particularly when we start getting into the diseases of the various physiological systems: skin, nervous system, blood, wounds, digestive system, renal system, genital, urinal, etc. For the lab, you're going to have 1 to 4 critical thinking lab assignments. They vary from 5 to 10 points. Same thing with usually with the lecture, you're going to have about either 5 or 10 points for the quiz review assignment, and then 5 or 10 points for the critical thinking assignments. All critical thinking and case study assignments include a grading rubric, so you will have no question about what you're going to earn, etc. To enhance your success in the research and citations for the lecture and lab assignments, I have provided you a resource directory that's been provided in the e-learning site, so students can research and cite their work. By the way, when you do the citations, they have to be in MLA format only. And the MLA format that I want is basically you cite them. I give you a wonderful site that's called Citation Machine. You go there and you can pick off whatever it is, a book, an article, a web page, and put it into MLA format and fill in all the blanks, copy it, and then paste it into your completion of your assignment. Now, it's important to write out your work, properly cite it, yes, even in web pages, and then upload it in the Microsoft format. By the way, just to give you an idea what that looks like, over here, if you go to the main page, you'll see right up there, list of microbiology related information websites. First one's going to be the Citation Machine, but also I include things like drugs.com, as well as a variety of other sources that provide you with a lot of critical info on things like bacteria, antibiotic resistance, viruses, fungal diseases, protozoal diseases, parasites, vectors, etc. That'll help you when you need to do research to answer certain critical thinking assignments. Okay, moving back here quickly. As part of the mastery approach, you must achieve 90% grade to earn your grade points for Connect. Now, what I mean by that is you're going to walk into Connect, take the review quiz. You're going to have a lot of information, and the thing is going to tell you also, you got the question wrong. You want to try it again? Try it again. But you've got to master this material. Therefore, you can take the quizzes as many times as necessary prior to the due date to achieve a 90% mastery. If you do not achieve the 90% mastery, you don't get the points, and I don't give partial points. This is for the Connect weekly review assignments only, but you're going to get enough feedback. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because in the past, particularly with like mastering A&P, people would just zoom through it, get flat 0, and learn nothing from it. This is where we're going to enhance your comprehension, and that will enhance, of course, consequently, your final grade. Just a reminder that you must obtain 770 points to obtain a C+. No grades are going to be rounded up. Final grades are final. This same grade scale you will see in your syllabus. No extra credit will be allowed for this course. No, you can't do a report on windmills. Okay? All assignments are going to have a date time stamp on it, and no late work is accepted. This is a general statement about academic honesty. Basically, it comes down to this. Did you do the work yourself? Fine. We don't tolerate any cheating on quizzes and exams. And by the way, my penalties are basically 0 the first time, second time you fail my course, and I will also notify the head of your program, whether it's nursing or whatever. I really am strongly very supportive to those who really work hard. And part of that support is I will not tolerate any plagiarism or cheating. Plagiarism is misrepresenting someone else's work as your own. That's why citations are going to be necessary. And when you do research, you present them fairly and truthfully. And that means also that you have done the critical thinking assignments yourself. If you do not do them yourself and you're found to have been cheating, you will get a 0 and you will face the consequences. And there are academic policies and consequences. But we can move off from that to get to something a little bit more important, and that is tips for your success. Saturday, 8 p.m. That is going to be the cutoff each week for your lecture assignments and lab assignments. Now, the schedule is listed in the syllabus, on online learning folders, and in announcements. You will also have certain exam windows. The exam windows will always be on Friday. If there's any difference, you'll get notified ahead of time by announcements. But usually you're going to have a 24-hour window, just like all online courses, and you need to be aware of that. Now, one other thing that's important is the weekly chat session. What I encourage you to do is see the lecture e-learning link for online meetings. And if you take a peek over here, here it is, down here. What's going to happen is each week you click on this, and there will be the setup for an online meeting. I'm going to have one every Saturday at 12 noon sharp. Now, what if you can't make it? Don't worry about it. Many students have very busy lives, and I understand that. So, the reason for the chat meeting is you can ask me some questions. I don't understand how we're talking about toll receptors or how vaccines can lose their efficacy or how certain antibiotic resistance occurs. No problem. We can discuss that. And I will take any questions and try to do that. Now, by the way, there's one point. If nobody shows up, I'm still going to have that chat. And in all cases, whether the student's there or not, I'm going to record that, and that way it will be available for students who couldn't make the chat time. So you don't have to worry if you miss one. Okay? Usually if I'm all alone, I'm going to basically just review some of the critical points or provide study tips. Critical points of the week, whatever. Okay? What's some of the tips for this success also? Pacing. Don't procrastinate. Don't put this off until the last day because you're going to be going absolutely nuts with the amount of work you have to do each week. Keep up on the pace. Okay? Know the deadline dates for exams and assignments, etc. Review your quizzes. Review the self-test. Review your lab notes. Review the chapter notes. Repetition enhances recall. Review the week folder prior to the start of the week. Print out all lecture notes, lab handouts, and graphic organizers. And by the way, when you're going through a recorded lecture, have the lecture notes handy with you. Follow along. Sometimes I will go off for a certain point, but I want you to be able to grab everything and master this material for the microbiology course. You want to review the lab assignments. You want to review the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos for lab assignments I want you to view prior to actually doing the lab. The YouTube videos for the weekly lecture presentation, review those videos after completing the lecture presentation. Okay? Labs, as part of a scaffolding approach to learning, all students must review each week's readings and assignment. But first review the YouTube videos. That's going to be scaffolding to help you to really understand and appreciate the virtual labs that you're going to be having each week. all work must be completed by Saturday of that particular week. Okay? No late work is accepted. Review lecture notes, chapter summaries, chapter readings. Now, if you're still finding you're having problems, consider a college tutor. We will have a microbiology tutor, and you can contact the Center for Student Success, and they will connect you up with that college tutor for microbiology. Also connect weekly assignments. There are quizzes of the chapters for that, for the exam. What I'm basically saying is this. Connect will provide you with reviews using quizzes for the chapter readings that you have. And I encourage you to practice those. Even if the assignment's done previously, go back and do it again so that you can get ready and prepped for success in the actual exam. And of course, you've seen this before. No late work, no extra credit work is accepted, no rounding up the grades. Basically, I will keep posting as soon as I get all the information in the e-learning site, in that grade book, all the assignments, okay? Assignments must be 100% completed. I don't give partial partial credit. In other words, if you do like half of a critical thinking assignment, I can't give you a full grade. Can't give you anything. But if it's got a rubric to it, I'm going to give you the feedback using the rubric, okay? Do your very best you can. Also, after the due date, students can retake those quizzes, which will be in the Connect, as I mentioned, for preparation for the upcoming exam. I've already said that basically. So, where do we come from here? You got any problems? Well, if you have problems with the course or the content, first, please contact me. You can set up an appointment. On your syllabus is my office number. Or you can send me an email. I'll tell you, email is much faster because I check my email every day, whether I'm on campus or not. We can also set up a chat time. Also, if you're having problems with test anxiety or study skills or time management, you really need a tutor, contact the Center for Student Success. The people there are fantastic and they will help you. We will have a microbiology tutor there. Now, after you've reviewed this, we will see each other on that first Monday. We'll have probably 2 meetings. The first Monday, and I believe it's the third Monday for this coming up January. And but you can certainly email me and just say, hi, I'm doing okay, or hi, I'm not doing okay. Can you suggest some things? Okay? And I hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.